Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. I have a lot that I want to talk about, and it was too much to put at the beginning of a video, so I thought I would just sit down and make this update video. I wanted to talk about why I haven't been as active on the channel lately, and what I've been working on in the meantime, and also kind of talk about the schedule a bit, like what I'll be uploading over the next few weeks. So this has kind of been a crazy semester for me. Because of the virus, they took away our holidays and breaks and then shortened the semester. So I've been really busy with schoolwork. And I also just finished one of the biggest projects I've ever done back in September. And I've been really wanting to talk about it because I'm really proud of it, but I haven't really had the chance to yet, so I figured I'd say a few things here. So earlier this year, a small theme park in California called Castle Park reached out to me and commissioned me to make them an animatronic skeleton show for their Halloween event. And it's a 3-skeleton show with 1 skeleton that has a moving arm. And I'm probably going to make a separate video talking about that project because I have a lot of things that I want to talk about with that. But yeah, that was an enormous project. I had a lot of fun making it and I learned a lot too. Now, along with the skeletons, they also wanted to have some live audience interaction. So I wrote them a custom skeleton controller software that allows them to take one of the Logitech joysticks and control the skeletons. So you can have someone behind the stage controlling the skeleton so that they can talk to people in the audience. And I'm probably going to upload a separate video just talking about that software, because that was a whole nother project in itself. And I'm really happy with how that turned out. I think it's really fun to play with too. Apparently this year, a lot of you guys followed along with those skeleton tutorials that I made, which blows my mind, because when I made those, I thought it was just gonna be a fun behind the scenes look at what I do, and I thought maybe 1 or 2 people might try it. But I got so many emails this season from people saying that they're ordering all the parts and they have a few questions and they're making the skeletons, and that is so cool. Which, first of all, I cannot believe how many people have even seen those videos, and then second of all, that so many people are actually doing it. That's awesome. And sorry if I didn't see your email or respond to it. I really tried to get to all of them, but if I did miss yours, I'm sorry about that. But props to you, because that is so cool. Now, your emails did give me an idea, and I cannot promise anything right now, but would you guys maybe be interested this summer if I got together all of the parts to do a 1-skeleton show, and then sit down and do a live stream where I go through the entire process from scratch? And that way people can ask questions as I'm working, or you can see how I troubleshoot any issues that we run into, and we can just hang out and have a fun time. It would probably have to be broken up over a few days, and of course I would record it so that I can publish it to YouTube and you can watch it at any time. But is that something that you guys would be interested in? I know it would be a lot of work, but I think it could be pretty fun, and some people might find it pretty helpful, so. And on the topic of future videos, here's what I've got on the schedule right now. I just finished a video on how to do head tracking with TrackSkull, so that should be up in the next few days. I also finally managed to convince my sister to finish that how to turn foam into fake wood tutorial, so that's for you, random stranger. So that also should be going up in these next few days. And the next video that I'm working on is Gatekeeper, which I talked a little bit about in the Helmsman video. And Gatekeeper is a little board that works with Helmsman and lets you trigger your VSA routines to play using things like a motion sensor. So that should be done within the next few weeks. And of course I do have the Castle Park videos that I was talking about earlier. And I want to make a video on how to do lights for your animatronic show using VSA, because I know a lot of people are interested in that. So I'm going to get all these videos out as soon as I can. School does start back up in January, but I am trying to film as much as I can over winter break. Now let's talk about Halloween, and actually let's start with Halloween last year. So last year I updated the Pirates show. I added a new character. It was going to be a mermaid skeleton. I did a whole new show with new audio. I also made a ship wheel prop that was supposed to be a photo op, so you could get your photo standing behind the wheel with all the skeletons around you. But last Halloween we had severe storms. In fact, we had tornado warnings. And we ended up not doing the pirates because I didn't want any of the electronics to get wet, or any of the props to get wet, because the barrel and the chest, those are over 100 years old, and they'd probably disintegrate in the rain. And we also had to take down the Hefflumps and Woozles tunnel because of wind, and then same thing with the swamp facade, so we weren't able to do anything last year. But this year was supposed to be the perfect Halloween because it was on a Saturday, it was going to be a full moon, and it's probably going to be the last Halloween that my sister will be living here with us. And the swamp facade, her project, was actually a 2-year plan. The first year was to make that swamp facade, but it's a facade for a tunnel attraction, and it is supposed to be a laser swamp. So we got the hazer, we got lasers, we got everything. She built the tunnel, she painted everything. It was going to be great. But of course, you guys know what's going on in the world right now, and doing those tunnels just wasn't going to be possible. And with the new character, the new props, and the new show that wasn't quite finished being written yet, I didn't have enough time to do anything with the pirates. So we didn't do any of our main attractions this year. We just put out all the inflatables and then put a candy table by the sidewalk. And about 2 days before Halloween, I was thinking about the pirates, and I was like, man, I wish we could just put something out there, but the pirates aren't ready and there's just not enough time. But then I remembered, oh yeah, the skeleton controller that I wrote for the Castle Park skeletons is written specifically to control my kind of skeletons. So we took that and then took Blue and Jones from the pirates and put them by the sidewalk with a microphone and a speaker, and then I sat up on the porch with my mom, and I modified the program a little bit to have the Jones button, where if you pressed the J key on the keyboard, that would do Jones's mouth, and then I could control Blue the skeleton. And that was really fun, especially talking to all the kids. So we might refine that and do it again next year. So I've been thinking of starting a Patreon, and I have some ideas of what I could put up on the Patreon, but let me know in the comments if there's anything specific that you guys might be interested in. I have videos that I've never uploaded to YouTube that I could put on the Patreon, because they're like videos of either projects that were never completed, or they are just random behind the scenes videos. I could also do polls about like what videos to make going forwards. I could stream some stuff or do some artwork. I don't know, I think it'd be a cool place to hang out, so I'll let you guys know what I decide about that. So that's about all I had to say, and thanks for listening, especially if you've made it this far, and I guess I'll see you later.